G'day guys, welcome back to the channel, and we're back on the Coupe again, and I found myself on a bit of a roll, so I just want to keep that going. After that last episode, I did go off and look for some bonnet catchers, and I ended up getting a set from an old XJ6 Jaguar. If you come over here and have a look, I haven't finished them. I've just sort of started seeing if I can get an idea of how to do it, and see if this will stay up. Actually, no, that's probably not going to stay up because the car's jacked up, but I'll just have to hold it. But that's the catch there, and as you can see, I've got the booster in just to check clearances and everything. Just got it tacked in to work out heights and whatnot. But it's a real basic catch, and it's solid. It's old school. Has a cable comes off it, which that'll just pull that open. That little spring part there with the little pin that goes, obviously that bolts into the bonnet, comes down and goes bang and click click. So it'll be one on either side, and yeah, at this stage of just sort of getting an idea of where to put it, how to set it up. I'm thinking about doing it in a way where I can actually unlatch the bonnet from the front rather than from inside the car. Why? I don't know, it just seems like a good idea. I don't know. I may change that. I may turn it around and have the cables going back that way, but we'll see what happens. And anyway, midstream, I ended up thinking about where we're going with the car and some of the things that have to be done, and one of them is that when the fab work is finished, it has to go in and get another torsion beam test done with the engineer. And that's then put in comparison with the original one when it was a stock Falcon body, and then from that they ascertain, has it gained strength, lost strength, all that sort of thing. Yeah, so I had a word to him, and we ended up agreeing that we'll take it in mid to late October. So I'm actually taking 2 weeks off. I'm going on holiday in a week's time for 2 weeks. So I'm actually putting a bit of pressure on myself. So I'm going to forget the bonnet catches for now because there's other things that need doing. Well, one of them is I need to finish the aprons inside the engine bay. That's all fine. And then the other thing is I need to finish the boot. Okay, so anyway, so what I'm trying to say is I'm on a roll. I want to keep it going. I've now planned to take it into the engineer, get the torsion beam test done. And having said that, it doesn't have to be driving, it doesn't have to have had the bodywork done, I don't have to have it in high build prime or anything like that. I just need to finish all the structural changes, modifications, etc., and everything that should be on a normal body shell should be there. So in other words, the engine bay, the aprons should be on, the radiator support should be finished. So from I thought what I'll do is I'll start from the back of the car, and with it as it is, I had a where the fuel tank normally would be, that was left open because I have a beam in there which I use, I have been using it to actually lift the body up onto a frame. So I've got to make a floor pan instead of a fuel tank because there's going to be an aluminium fuel tank made which goes right behind the back seat. So where the original fuel tank went, that's just going to have a panel put in there. So I'm going to go ahead in this episode and go ahead and make that panel and get it fitted up and ready to install. And I think that'll probably be it for this episode, and then the next one we'll move on and we'll finish the engine bay aprons, etc. So hope you enjoy.
Don't hang up. Can we be friends again? I give up. I know how this ends. Might sound strange, but I'd give my life for you. Nothing's changed. I just ran away from the truth. One of us makes a mistake. We work our way through the heartache, and then we're back where we started. We've gone full circle.
All right, so far it's going quite well. Yeah, so as you noticed, we had to make a tool to put that little roll in it because I don't have a roller, but actually it worked out fine if you have a look at it. She sits in there pretty good. And all I'm going to do now, I was sort of thinking, I'm sort of short of ideas of, you know, what to do with it. I can't stay blank, and I don't really just want to put some, you know, some straight runs with the bead roller in it. And then I looked at the boot and I thought maybe what I could do is use the bead roller and put like a reverse pattern of what's on the boot, you know. So I think I'll do that. And if I just trace that insert, and then cut them out, and then transfer the shape onto the metal once I work out exactly the correct position, I think that'll work. But it's kind of cool, I think, if you can do that, if you can sort of build in, you know, themes. So I think that's going to work, because what we're actually did is we traced out these templates from the actual cutout of the boot, but then it went into a shape and an impression, and I think these are a little small. The actual impression in the boot lid, let's have a look. So that's what we got our pattern off, was these edges, the actual cutout, but the actual impression is about 40 mil wider. And I think for our purposes, because I may or may not actually put a filler panel in here and weld that up so it's smooth, so you don't actually see that. So yeah, definitely we need to go for the wider impression, I think. Of course, you know, there's probably going to be a lot of people going to have other ideas, because you should have done this. Well, it doesn't matter because I've already done it. See, as long as it works. Yeah. By the time you see this, it's done. So there's no point arguing. I'll do all the arguing in my own head. So now I need to figure out what radius I'm going to use. Yeah, that's definitely a roller masking tape. That's what that radius is. So we just do that. Maybe you can do the 40 radius. No, it's not a 40 radius. What am I saying? Maybe. See, words just come out of my mouth and they make no sense whatsoever. But I seem to know what I'm talking about. So that it's like that, you see, and then you put that 40 there, 40, 40. A big line there. The important thing is don't get confused with your lines. So you get like that, and now we're talking radiuses. That there, and then that there. Knowing myself quite well, I'm prone to making mistakes. So what I'm going to do, try to get rid of all the lines that I don't need, and hopefully there's less chance of screwing things up.
Like we always do. Like we always do.
All right, job done. Pretty much, almost. So I've gone ahead and I've got all my holes drilled. I've whacked some riv nuts in there, and yeah, so ready to fit it. So we'll throw her in. I actually had a lot of fun making this panel. It didn't really take me that long, just a few hours. And that's it. Slots in there like that. Sorry, I can't go ahead and bolt it in and make it look fancy for you because I don't have enough bolts. I actually need to find some bolts, but anyway, you get the idea. I think it looks pretty good. And yeah, so it's a mirror image of the boot lid, basically. Yeah. So that about wraps it up. I just need to find some bolts for it, and I did have them. What I was thinking, I don't know what these are called. It's like an Allen key style thing, but it has like a couple of extra, I don't know. I know they have a special name, but I wouldn't have a clue. If anyone knows where I could get small ones, you know, like M6s or whatever, with that style, like with a dome head, like an Allen key, but with that style, let us know in the comments section. Because I think it'd be very cool to use them around there, and then probably on a lot of other places. It'd be good if I knew where to get them, and I could get a bulk amount, and I'd do the whole car with them, like anything in the engine bay and all the rest of it. Just something a little different, you know, like not just your normal, you know, little 10mm head bolt. But anyway, that about wraps it up. I think that'll do it for this episode. So once again, thanks for watching, and please go ahead and hit that like button. And I know a lot of you guys don't hit the notifications, but go ahead and hit the notifications, so you'll get a little notification when there's a new video. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one.